weapon you have as a man against that is your ability to walk away. Because as much as women don't really care about, who they're with, because they have so many choices, they will always be fearful if you have the ability to leave them. And that's going to create so much respect. The problem that I see most average Abduls make is they will have a wife and they're going to treat them as if they can't live without them. They will literally tell them this. Fatima, I can't live without you. As romantic as that sounds, this is probably the worst thing you can say to your wife, to be honest with you. You might as well say, I hate you. That's probably going to be the same level. Why is this such a stupid thing to say? Your respect as a man is built on your ability to walk away. This doesn't just go towards women, anywhere. Even at your job, if you have the ability to go to a different job, they're going to treat you way better than if you didn't. So I'm not saying you have to have options with women, you can just bounce around if you want, but that may not be such a bad idea. If you are the sort of man who has options, for example, if you work in a place where you have a lot of women under your command, say you are a manager in a restaurant and you have a bunch of waitresses that have to work for you, you don't even have to be talking to them. But your wife or your future wife, knowing that you have that ability, is going to respect you so much more. On top of that, if you can just comment to her that you can leave anytime you want, that's going to change everything. So every time she starts to get angry, you need to be like, all right, look, I can see you're mad right now. You don't need to talk to me if you don't want. I'm going to go sleep on the couch. You can come talk to me if you ever need anything. I love you, but I'm going to stay away from you until you calm down. And then you go out for a walk and you hang out with your boys and you get happy. You go to the gym. You come back pumped. You're like, all right, let's go. Like you start with work. Boom, 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 boom. When she sees that, that's going to create some evolutionary thing in her brain where it's like, this man, I'm dependent on him. Realistically, she is dependent on you. The only reason she doesn't realize this is because she thinks she can just go to this guy and this guy and this guy and this guy, not realizing that those guys don't want anything more than just something casual for a little bit. So you need to create respect. I'm not being a misogynist. When you start living your life like this, everything is going to become better. The whole society is going to be fixed because women will understand that they don't have an endless choice. They have a few men like you watching this video who's into self-improvement, who might actually commit to them and take care of them if they act right. Otherwise, it's a complete chaos. There's no other option for them. But they think they do. The second technique, and this might be a little bit brutal for you softies out there who are going to start commenting, oh my god, you're such a bad person, da, da, da. I'm still going to give you these secrets because the 1% of you who will actually use this, you're going to have such a good relationship. You're going to come back to me and you're going to send me flowers. So that's the only reason I'm saying this. There needs to be a point at the start of the marriage where you make it really clear, maybe even before marriage. Say these exact words to them line by line. You know, Fatima, I will love you so much. I will give you such a good life. But if you break my boundaries, my principles as a Muslim man, that are based on Islam, that are based on my own experience, I don't care how much I love you. I can be head over the heels completely in love with you. But I am going to leave you. This is a promise from me to you. Bro, when you say that, she'll be really confused. She'll be like, what? Well, that's not what Romeo said to Juliet. She's going to get confused. But eventually, she's going to think, that kind of makes sense. That's pretty normal, if you really think about it. And it's going to make her behave so much better. It's going to be something that's going to be stuck in her head. Don't ask me how I know this. Don't say, oh, Muslim morals, are you even married? Shut up. I just have experience. I just know. I'm not going to get into detail when it comes to my experience because this is the internet and it gets pretty crazy down there. You guys are pretty wild, so I'm not going to say anything. But just listen to my advice. If it works, it works. If not, just leave the video. That's fine. But basically, why do you say this to her? Secretly, this is exactly what women want from you. They want you to have some backbone. Because imagine if you didn't think like this. They could literally do anything. They could say, well, you should do haram for me. And you're going to still stay with her. You're literally saying that you're going to stay with her no matter what. So would you stay with her if she told you to do something haram? No, you wouldn't. What if she told you your whole family is a bunch of morons? You are nothing but an idiot, Abdullah. Just go and leave me alone and go get me some coffee. Are you gonna tolerate that? Some of you are gonna say yes because you think it's romantic, because you are ruined by Netflix shows and this modern media. But this is a lose-lose situation. She's going to leave you and you're going to be unhappy and you're not going to have any honor. So you need to have some very strict boundaries, and if she ever crosses it, you should for real be willing to leave. You should get it into your head that I don't care if I cry all day. I don't care if I literally develop mental illness, which I don't believe in. I am going to leave her if she breaks these rules. Really put that into your head right now as you watch this video, and I promise you this is going to save you so much hassle. For the final step, I want to go back to the anecdote that I said at the start. Why do you think Chechens have such good relationships? Firstly, a lot of Chechens carry a gun in their pants, so their wives are always going to be more obedient because they literally got weapons on you. And this is not like people look at this and say, oh, at that point she's basically a hostage, she's basically a slave. But no, you're very mistaken, my friend. This is exactly what love looks like. When a woman knows that you have boundaries and you are able to impose some sort of pain on her, that creates love in a weird way. I know that this is so strange to you. I know you watch too much Netflix shows. I know that you read Romeo and Juliet at school and you have different ideas. But please believe me, the way you think about love is not right. Love is actually a lot more sweeter than you think, but you need to go about it the right way. When you act the way I tell you to act, you're going to think, oh, I'm going to be such a cold robot and my wife is just going to be a slave. That is not what it's going to look like. You're going to have the happiest marriage out of anyone who hasn't watched my videos. Trust me.